All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Daniel with Real Estate Funnel Systems, and in this video, this is going to actually be the first video of a series, kind of just going over one of my favorite tools, Batch Lead Stacker. It's been one of my favorite tools for a while, just because back in the day, which I'm sure most of you have seen, especially if you watched my review video, when it came to managing data, scrubbing it, and managing your different lists and tags, it was all done on Excel spreadsheets. I don't know about you, but I hate Excel spreadsheets, and it can get messy, it can get tricky, it can get congested. And of course, it's very hard to really figure out with the constant scrubbing to really figure out exactly who you need to be marketing to all the time to be able to cut your marketing costs down. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole review. You can watch my review. I'll have maybe a link down below. But of course, I'm just going to go over a basic few things. I got my list right here. And in this first video, I'm just going to go over basic features or just basic things in the settings. This is, like I said, the first video of a series where I'll just be going over and actually showing you tutorial style how to use it. I'm actually starting with a fresh, brand new account, as we can see here, totally blank. And then I will actually be uploading different lists, and I will show you how to upload different lists, the tagging, the filtering, importing, the call log notifications. Literally, this is going to be a tutorial style series of videos. So let's just get into it. If you want to check out Batch Lead Stacker and learn a little bit more, click on the link below. You'll be able to head to their website to learn about it. But again, if you're constantly buying data in your wholesaling and real estate investing business, I highly suggest you get this tool. It's an awesome tool. You definitely need this and the CRM, and you're set. What's great about Batch Lead Stacker is they now have texting as well too. So if you need a solid texting platform. So let's just get to it. I'm going to go here to the top right, click on your name. Again, we're going to start with users. You can add multiple users. This is where you can add them. You come over here, this blue button that says add new, click on that. And we could just put your first name, last name, cell phone number for notifications, or text forwarding or call forwarding for the texting feature. Put the email there. You can have them set a random password, give them a password. If it's their new user, of course, you want to put send activation email. And then you can give them different permissions. Sorry, my nose is a little itchy right there. So, of course, let's say you have a VA or an acquisition manager or somebody who's just going to be doing the texting, or just, like I said, a VA who's only going to be doing like the cleaning of your data or importing the data. You can select different permissions for that user. Obviously, you can say they have permission to do everything, or they have permission to only do a few things, like, just doing the list stacking. If you need somebody only to handle the data and don't want them to see anything else, especially like the texting, you can keep that separate. Or especially the skip tracing. If you don't want one of your users to be able to skip trace, you can turn that feature off. And again, same for the text messaging, the DNC, like do not call manager, whether they can add phones to the DNC, edit the phones, remove, upload. You can even have them set if they're allowed to play with the Zapier integrations, if they're allowed to edit the quick replies, or even edit the message templates. And of course, the phone manager to be able to purchase new phone numbers or delete phone numbers again. So this is important when you create a new user to build your team, to make sure you set the right permissions. Let's see, we're going to go over here to profile. This is where, of course, you put all of your information. You can even change your password there. Then over here on the left, we got these drop down right here. Then you can click on Tag Manager. This is where you can create and delete old tags. Like I said, it's a new account, so there's no tags in here yet, but keep watching the other videos. We'll be going over the tag manager. But again, this is where you can create a tag and then put a description of that tag. So maybe just some tips there for tag name. Try to keep the tag short, but then the description actually explain that tag. So you can give, obviously different names, and then obviously in the description, you can put like longer. So I don't know, for example, as a tag name, you can put the abbreviations of a county or a specific area, or maybe a neighborhood. Maybe you have a lot of different condo complexes in here. Obviously, we can filter by county, city, zip code. But let's say you're buying data from different condo complexes. You want to search based off of the complex name. So for the name, you could put the abbreviations just to keep it short for the tags, but then in the description, you can write out the actual complex name. So just kind of an idea thinking off the top of my head. Cancel that. And then of course, the more tags you have, they'll all be right here. You'll be able to see the tag name. You'll be able to see the description right here, and then the action, and then you'll be able to delete or add to it. Then we go next, we have list manager. At the moment, there's no list because this is a fresh brand new account, but soon we will have plenty of lists. So to create a list is every time when you import a spreadsheet with data into it, there'll be a feature or a section that says add it to a previous created list or create a new list for that data. So if I'm importing a list of pre-foreclosures, I would either, if I don't have a pre-foreclosure list, I will create a pre-foreclosure list at that time, or add it to if I already have a pre-foreclosure list. And from here, you'll be able to see all the list, and then you can actually click on the list and it'll actually take you to all the data that's in that list, so you can filter and look through the properties that are in that list. So maybe once I put all the lists in here at the data, I'll do another overview video kind of going through here and kind of go over the list manager probably towards the end of this. Of course, there's the billing section where you can change your billing, upgrade it if you need to. That's where you would do it. Of course, you got integrations. You can sync it with your Google Calendar because there is a calendar feature, which I'll kind of show you in a second. So why you'd want to sync it to your Google Calendar is in a second, I'll show you the notifications. You can set notifications on date and specific time to remind you to either do a texting campaign, pull data, scrub it. It can just notify you to be like, hey, don't forget today is the day where you need to clean the DNCs, or take your DNCs from your CallRail account or your texting platform and then clean it to this to your batch lead stacker, or vice versa. So that's one way to sync your Google Calendar. So that way you get that notifications on your Google Calendar on your phone. I don't know about you, but I live by Google. And then of course we have integrations. So you can integrate it via Zapier as well. So this is where you would find the API key, or to even invite people to that Zapier connection that you've created. And then of course we have custom fields. So when you upload properties, we'll get that to the video where we kind of go more into inside the property card. But of course, just like your CRM, you can create custom fields within that property card. So when you upload your data, let's say, when you skip trace it, you happen to get their IP address and you want to make sure you keep the IP address. Well, you can create a custom field here, IP address. So that when you're in the importing section over here, when you match your fields, it'll have your custom one field, which is where the IP address is. So you make sure that your IP address is then being imported into batch lead stackers. Or it can be like I said, let's say you're buying data in certain complexes or HOA association areas. That could be, another label as well. So let's see here. I'll go over here to the top right. You'll always see this button no matter what page you're on that says add balance. This is where you add your funds. So of course, when you buy this account, your credit card is already attached to it. So to add funds, you will need to add funds for if you're going to be using the texting feature or the skip tracing feature. So you'll definitely want to add funds there so that you'll be able to use both of those features as well. Over here in the top right, we'll see notifications. If you do have a notification, this will be highlighted blue. Of course, when you click on here, all of your notifications will be there. So either if, let's say, you create a notification to remind you to do a specific task, it'll be here. If you're using the texting feature, the SMS feature, let's say you got a new message or somebody replied back to you and you did not read it yet, that'll also be under here, notifications. So every day when you come in here, if you're gonna be working out of this, obviously your first plan of action is to click on this and see all your new notifications, because that will kind of be your to-do list, right? And of course, we got this little calendar right here. You can click on that. You can add a new task, which I'll kind of show you real quick. So you can even create a task like, say, update DNC with. So I put update do not call with my CallRail DNC list. But we use CallRail for ourselves and all of our clients. So in CallRail, how we have it set up with call flows for when we do RVMs or texting, if somebody calls, instead of your phone ringing right away, it actually goes to a menu that says press 1 to talk to us. Or if you're asking to be taken off our marketing list, press 2. They press 2 instead of ringing our phone. It just says, hey, you're taken off our list, goodbye, and they're tagged DNC. So then every week I can go into CallRail, just filter by DNCs, export that, and then import that DNC list in here, and it'll then take out those properties and put them in the DNC list or the opted out list, either or. I will go over that in a future video, so don't worry about that. I will show you the steps and actually walk through it by taking from my CallRail list and scrubbing the DNC in here. It's very easy, a lot easier back in the Excel days. But anyways, back to creating a new task. Let's say this is a task that I'm going to do every single Friday. It's the end of the week kind of a thing. I can pick a date, and then I can pick start time. Let's just say I'm going to do it first thing in the morning. It's going to take me from 9 to 9:30. I can even make this a repeating event if I wanted to. Let's just do it. Repeat every 1 week on a Friday. Ends never, because I'm going to make this DNC thing every single week. I can even write a description. And reminder, I can either pick text or email, maybe 15 minutes, hours, or days before the task starts, and then hit save changes. And then we also coming back here to the top right, we got view your calendar. See, as we can see here, right here on Friday, I can click on that. That is my DNC task. So the more tasks I create, your calendar will fill up. And like I said, if you integrate this to your Google Calendar, these tasks will also pop up in your Google Calendar as well. And of course, we can see it by month, we can see it by week, and we can see it by day. And then of course, if I come up here and click on the calendar, we can see here upcoming task, update DNC with CallRail. Let's say I did do that. There's a little checkbox here. I can click that off. So that way it won't show me that's upcoming and that is completed. We also see right here, there will be say over a due task. And so let's say I passed a task that I set and I did not checkbox it. It will then tell me that it is overdue and then send me a notification as well. So it's an awesome tool. I love using the notifications to remind me to update my DNC, update my opt-outs. And in another video, I'll kind of go over the difference between the two. Kind of the do not calls are people who ask to never be called again. And the opt-out people are more of the people that just say, I'm not interested at this time. So of course, if they're not interested in this time, I'll kind of put them in an opt-out and then save them. And then maybe 6 months or 12 months later, I'll then take the opt-outs, put them back in, and then retry them again with marketing campaigns. Those are the type. There's a small differentiate between the two. DNC people, if they're like, obviously very aggressive, definitely don't want to communicate with them again. If there's people, hey, don't talk to me at this time, or let's not interested at this time. Well, a no is definitely never a no. So I just want to put them aside. Don't really want to keep bugging them for a few months down the road, but maybe maybe 6 or more months down the road, you can mix them back into your marketing mix and then try again. So that's how we differentiate between the two. And let me go over my list. Let's see here, adding users, policy. So yeah, that is pretty much all the basic settings and stuff. Of course, they also have the training center support. But if you watch this whole series of videos, I'm really going to go over everything about batch leads. There will be a new update as well too here soon. But the look will be a little bit different, but a lot of the features will be the same. So I will see you in the next video where we will probably start actually uploading lists. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you got any value or you learned something new, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like button. And then also there should be a subscribe button that pops up right here. You'll definitely want to hit that button too, because every single week we're always releasing new educational content, tutorials, up-to-date stuff to teach you more about real estate investing strategies, marketing, tech tools, softwares, integrations, and all that great stuff to help you scale your business. And then also there should be a couple more videos right here that you should definitely watch. I mean, you're already here, you might as well watch them. If you're in a playlist of ours, playlist right there, next video right there, definitely should check out more content that we have. And if you want to, do a quick shout out or ask us a question, hit it in the comment section. We're always responding and replying to everybody. So see you in the next video.